Okay, so I've got some serious stuff to talk about here. When I was at the ADAP conference in Washington, D.C., they had different panels that came up. I think there was probably 6 throughout the 2 days. One of them was on drug importation. So this is counterfeit medication that gets into the U.S. It was so eye-opening, and it honestly freaked me out. I'm like, I have to do a video about this because I do not think people know about this. Like, I was blown away. So it started with this guy from San Francisco. He's a long-term survivor, Rick Roberts. He's actually a professor. He was saying back in the day, I cannot remember, I don't know if it was AZT or not, but he was using injectables. This one time he went to inject himself with medication and it stung really bad, and it hadn't before. And so he said he remembered it stung like for 24 hours. And then he goes to do it again, stinging. And then he looks at his vials and he realizes that they're kind of like different levels and things weren't measured the same in each one. So he brings it to his doctor and finds out it's freaking counterfeit. He didn't even know what he was injecting into his body. And so they had to do like testing on it. Turns out it was like some gonadotropin. I know I'm not saying the whole word right, but it was something for women. So he had been injecting something that was for like a female hormone into his body for like, you know, I don't know how long he did it for, maybe a week, but he said it like messed him up for like a couple months. Anyways, I think this may be why he got into this whole, the research about it and trying to stop the importation of medication that is counterfeit. Okay, so I learned a lot of things. First of all, and I'm gonna be all over the place with this, there's something on Amazon, they've banned it on eBay, pill presses. Consumers can buy pill presses. They can actually make pills. Why they are selling these to consumers, I do not know, but they do. And the people who are making them illegally do such an amazing job with the counterfeit pill that they actually, like, no one can tell the difference. The actual like pill makers, the manufacturers who make them, like the pharmaceutical companies, could not even tell the difference. That's how good they are at doing it. And the only way to tell is to have them like scientifically tested. So a lot of times these pills are just sugar. There's like actually nothing to them. So you're buying, these are pills that you buy online. Okay, they're online. So if you see online for Canada, it's not from Canada. Do not buy medication online from Canada. Everyone thinks it's safe because it's from Canada. Of course, the people that are selling them out of the back of their trucks or wherever it's, you know, from other countries, they put that because people are suckers. Of course, we think Canada is like the nice people and we're going to buy online from Canada. Don't, because it's not from Canada. And they said that very specifically, it's not from Canada. Okay, so also these medications can have traces of fentanyl in them. Okay, so I'm just going to read this really quick, because this just, I'm getting goosebumps. This just blew my mind. 5 things you don't know about counterfeit drugs in America. Number 1, counterfeit drugs have been found in every state. Since 2000, every single state has experienced a counterfeit drug incident. Since 2015, counterfeit medications made with fentanyl have been found in 43 states. So in my mind, I'm going, okay, I remember this happening in my town. There was a kid that worked at Nob Hill down the street in the meat department. This was like not too long ago, 2 years ago. And as they're talking, I'm thinking about him and I'm thinking, I want to talk to one of the panelists after and tell him I know a kid who had this happen to him. And I couldn't remember the full story, but then I go out there in like the little area after the session and I couldn't find them, but I found this. And this was about that kid. So, young Californian dies after accidentally taking, I'm gonna cry, my God, taking counterfeit Xanax. Tosh Ackerman. I'm gonna try not to cry, but it's so close to home. Young kid, you know, he was 29 years old. Okay, October 26, 2015. Okay, so it's been 3 years now. Tosh Ackerman took a Benadryl and part of a Xanax pill to help him sleep. I guess he might have bought the Xanax online thinking that it was safe. He never woke up and his girlfriend found him dead the next day. Okay, so this is his mom, and she's trying to share his story to raise awareness about this. Okay, so ready to have your mind blown. Counterfeit fentanyl pill can kill anyone. Fentanyl does not discriminate. Fake fentanyl pills have already killed people in at least 22 states, including Prince. Okay, so now we know. That's how he died. Okay, just a tiny amount of fentanyl can kill. Just a few grains of fentanyl can kill. Fake pills pressed to look like real medicines made with fentanyl are being sold on streets across the US. So they show a penny and they just show that little tiny amount in white is what can kill you. It's that small, okay? Canadian online pharmacies aren't really pharmacies. These websites aren't pharmacies. They are not selling medication from Canada's drug supply chain, and they aren't Canadian. They have been selling fake and substandard medicines to Americans for years. To learn more, go to, and I'm gonna put this on the screen, right? It's right there. Number 5, if the illegally imported medicine does you harm, the criminals may never be punished. So I'm thinking, okay, well, if they find these guys, aren't they gonna be put in jail forever? No, because it's counterfeit. They treat it the same way that if you were doing like counterfeit purses. Repeatedly, when foreign counterfeiters get caught selling counterfeits to Americans, they get light jail sentences or no jail time at all. Best way to avoid this is to only take medication that's prescribed to you from a doctor, where you go into a pharmacy, because they have a closed loop, I think that's what they called it, system. You know, everything's checked and dotted, and it's all tracked, and there's no way that counterfeit can get in. We had somebody there on the panel from Walgreens who'd worked for Walgreens for like 40 years. He was a pharmacist, and he explained how tight the system is in the US, and that no counterfeit medication can make it in anymore because we just have this really strong system that keeps it all out. But online, obviously on the street, is not safe, and it is not worth it to save a little bit of money to end your life, because that's how dangerous this is. So I just really wanted to raise some awareness about this. This is just crazy. 42 states have a deadly fentanyl problem. I mean, this is, it's just terrifying. So please, 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 only use medication that is prescribed to you, written on a script, or sent through a computer system from a doctor, a real MD. Do not go online, okay? I beg you all. So I hope this is helpful. I hope this is enlightening for some people that didn't know about this. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to buy something on the street or to buy something online thinking that you're going to save money, because it could literally kill you. So be safe, everybody, okay?